Guess what I just saw? Roll the thing! Okay, the wait is finally over! With the big hit Star Wars The Force Awakens coming out a couple years ago, it is now time for the sequel, Star Wars The Last Jedi, the long-anticipated sequel to the mega hit which rejuvenated the Star Wars cinematic franchise. I just got back from seeing it, probably not even half hour ago. I've had a little time to think about it. Now, obviously, this is going to be spoiler-free. It is, I guess, Friday morning now, but when I saw it, it was Thursday night. One of the first screenings, I was able to go through. I went to the 9:30 screening, got out of it, drove home, and now I'm here, and my mind is still just going all over the place. Now, real quick before I get into it, like I said, it's spoiler-free, but this will be the Friday episode. My usual Christmas episode will have to come out next week. So I'll have two episodes next week to wrap up Christmas month, and then one more at the end of the year with a New Year's Eve movie, and that'll be the rest of the year. But for right now, this will be the Friday episode. I really cannot wait to talk about Star Wars. So real quick, again, spoiler free, let me talk about the plot real quick, but the plot picks up directly after The Force Awakens with the Resistance fighting the New Order, and Rey confronts Luke Skywalker about her powers, about her past, and basically that's really all I can tell you because I don't want to ruin anything. I don't want to ruin even 1 second of this movie. But Finn is back, Poe Dameron is back, Rey of course is back, BB-8, Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker, Chewbacca, some new characters played by Benicio del Toro and Laura Linney. I forgot they were even in this. And yeah, like I said, that's really all I can say for the plot, because I don't want to ruin anything. Go see this if you're a Star Wars lover, but even if you're not a Star Wars lover, go watch Force Awakens and then go and watch this. But really, it's funny, you don't necessarily have to watch Force Awakens to watch The Last Jedi. I mean, some people will argue that you do, but I think even for casual audiences, if they for some reason don't know what Star Wars is, they could go and just watch this. And it'll make them go, wow, I want to watch Force Awakens or want to watch some of the other Star Wars movies. Excuse me. But anyway, the movie is gorgeous to look at. The special effects are fantastic. Rian Johnson, his direction, the way he moves the camera, especially in the battle scenes, is something new to the Star Wars universe, the movie universe. It's just amazing. The direction of this is fantastic. And the way he directed the actors and the camera angles, everything, and the way the backgrounds, the sets, whether they were models or CG, and he just did a phenomenal job directing. It's kind of a shame he won't get a shot at Episode 9. I know J.J. Abrams is coming back, which I'm perfectly fine with, but Rian Johnson did a fantastic job because the middle entry of a series is usually the hardest, because there could be a slope in terms of the story or quality of the movie, and this is far from it. I'm not going to say that it's better than Force Awakens, it's just more original. They do some throwbacks, which of course they do, as they should, and even some elements of Empire. Let me go ahead and tell you, this is not Empire Strikes Back, and wherever you think the characters are going to go, you're probably wrong, more than likely. And, just please try to avoid spoilers if you can't watch this movie for a little while. If you know the movie, don't go online and post spoilers, please, because there's a lot that happens in this movie. But the script, a great script, great dialogue. Rian Johnson put together a really different type of Star Wars script. There's actually a lot more comedy in it. It's a very funny movie to go along with a lot of darkness. So I thought it was balanced fairly well. Sometimes the humor comes at times when maybe it shouldn't, but it was such good humor that I forgave it because it made me laugh. A lot of good stuff, especially the beginning scene with Luke and Rey. There's a comedic thing that happens that kind of ruined the moment, but it does make sense and it's funny. So, it's fine. But, good comedy, good drama, everything came to a very satisfying conclusion and leads directly into Episode 9, but I have no idea how Episode 9 is going to actually open now. So much has changed in this movie. I mean, so much changed from Force Awakens, and It's a blast to watch. It's not nearly as, it's well edited, well put together, but I did see someone put online, it feels like an hour-and-a-half movie stretched to 2.5. I will say, that's my phone going off, sorry. I will say that that is technically true. That it's not that it drags, I was just getting kind of restless. Let me turn my phone off, there we go. It doesn't drag, it's just I got kind of restless during the movie. And I was kind of like, because a scene would really get going, and then it would cut to another scene, and it's just like, wait, that scene was awesome, because this is full of a lot of amazing scenes. And some of the middle portions seem unnecessary, but they are necessary. It's hard to explain without, spoiler territory. But it was a fantastic ride. All the characters, Poe, Rey, and Finn, all have storylines. To be honest, they all have storylines, and they all conclude by the end of the movie. It was well pieced together. The Luke Skywalker stuff was brilliant, so good, and I liked his story arc. Not as much Princess Leia as I thought there was going to be. And again, I can't say that, but I miss Carrie Fisher. I wish she could be here to enjoy this. She did a great job in this movie, and I'm not just saying that because she passed away. She did do a great job. The acting, the cast was all great. No weak points, and I enjoyed all the new characters. And I won't really go into them because it'll ruin something. About these movies, I don't want to ruin anything, because I would have been mad if someone ruined it for me. Someone ruined Han Solo, what happened to him in Force Awakens when I saw it. Someone put some little puzzle on Facebook, and I clicked on it, and it said what happened to Han Solo. Had nothing to do with Star Wars, and it didn't ruin the movie for me, but it's like, why do people do this? Don't be jerks, okay? This is big. We wait for these for 2-3 years. Don't F it up for everybody else. But regardless, cast and characters are great. I loved all the new characters. The other characters, they grow. They have story arcs, well put together. It went places I did not think it was going to go. A lot of twists and turns, a lot of close calls. The script was great, the direction was great, the editing was fantastic. Again, it doesn't flow nearly as well as Force Awakens, but it's much more original, and they really jam-packed a shit ton into this movie. And it needed it. There was a lot to go through, and I enjoyed every single second of it. And I don't think there's really much more I could say without ruining anything. I just wanted to give a quick overview of this. Go and see this movie if you enjoyed Force Awakens, or even if you didn't go see Force Awakens. Either rent it, watch it, buy it, watch it, but please see The Last Jedi. It is a very original Star Wars movie, where Force Awakens kind of almost like a remake of A New Hope and Empire in a way. But this one, even with its callbacks, it's very original. And I loved it. It was well worth the wait. I will go ahead and say I'm not giving it a 5 out of 5 because there's just something that didn't hit me. I actually did not leave the theater like I did with Force Awakens. Force Awakens, I don't remember if I reviewed it or not. I probably would have given it a 5 out of 5. Maybe it doesn't deserve that, but I was on cloud 9 with that movie, and it was just so much fun. This movie is a lot of fun, just not as much fun as Force Awakens, probably just because it's darker, and there's a lot more dialogue scenes, and they're fantastic, but it doesn't flow nearly as well. But I feel like there's just something missing, or stuff that I missed, so I will be going to see it next week again, maybe a couple times. I've got a lot of time off coming my way, so I may see this multiple times in the coming weeks, at least one more time, and maybe after that it'll be a 5 out of 5. But I think this is a Star Wars movie that needs to be watched more than once, which we can say for the majority of them. So, Star Wars, The Last Jedi, fantastic, go see it. I give it a Just Joe rating of 4.5 out of 5. Thank you very much for tuning in to another edition of Too Many Movies at the Movies with me, Just Joe. Like I said, no Christmas review. Right now, I just did not have time to get through it. It's okay. Nothing bad happened. It's actually good stuff that happened. But next week, I'll have 2 Christmas reviews to kind of wrap up Christmas month, and then one more at the end of the year for a New Year's Eve movie, and I'm excited to get to that as well. But go see Last Jedi, please. It's a great way to cap off the year with movies. I've been, waiting since Force Awakens to get this story, and now I cannot wait until episode 9. Excuse me. All the links in the description below, to my Facebook, to my Twitter, my Instagram. Subscribe to Part B1 Productions, and 'tis the season, and Star Wars is now associated with Christmas, not the Christmas special, but I look forward to these every Christmas now, and I cannot wait for episode 9. I wish I could talk more about it. Maybe eventually I'll go into a spoiler review when a few weeks have gone by, which by then nobody will care, but it'll be fun to kind of talk about this in more detail. But go see The Last Jedi if you're a Star Wars fan. It definitely delivers, and I cannot wait to watch it again. So I'm just Joe. I still got too many movies, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Coffee.
Quiet on the set.